G'day mateys, it is the Downunder entrepreneur here, and I am coming to you from the lovely Taichung, Taiwan. Now obviously it is a hot day, so I'm actually in the room. I've just gotten home probably about 20 or so minutes ago. So I'm sitting down in front of the fan cooling off. But I've just been out thrifting or secondhand shopping today. I went back to a place that I went probably a couple of weeks ago. I noticed they had like this really old vintage like 1970s Disney puzzle as I walked out the door, but I was out of time, so I couldn't stop and go, pick it up. And I just thought, oh, look, I'll go back today. I'll have a look. Fingers crossed they still got it, which unfortunately they didn't. So that was a missed opportunity. I should have just gone, whatever, I'm going to grab it. But hey, it is what it is. However, I did pick up a bunch of other stuff. It was actually really funny. If you guys have been watching my videos, you'll know that I've been talking about, go for like big name brands and like iconic brands, like Disney, Hello Kitty, stuff like that. So I've literally got like this shopping basket. It was like full before I got through the front door. Like this shop has just got gold gems everywhere. So I'm going to have to go back and hit it again. But yeah, like I got to the counter, and the young girl that served me, she's like scanning everything, and there's an old lady, I'm assuming probably the mother or something like that, and she's sitting sort of like back from the counter, and she said something, I have no idea, but I'm guessing it was to the likes of like, oh, what the hell does this guy want all this stuff for, or something like that. And then the young girls responded, and it was like, blah blah blah, like couldn't understand because it was all in Chinese or the local Taiwanese dialect. And then like right at the end, like clear as day, she's gone eBay or or eBay. So I think she kind of knew what was happening, because she saw me around the shop with my phone, like doing comps and stuff like that. But I just want to give you guys a quick look at the stuff that I did grab today from my little thrift haul. All up, I spent 270 NTD, which is about $8 or $9 US. Now, based on the comps that I've checked, I've possibly got a potential resale value here of somewhere in the ballpark of $150 to $300 US, depending on how keen the buyers are. Okay, and obviously how collectible and how rare the items are. But first thing we'll start with is this old Snoopy. Everybody likes Snoopy or Peanuts, Charlie Brown, Lucille, that sort of stuff. So there's a wallet. You open up inside, you've got like this little bit here so that's kind of a nice little feature. It's magnetic. You've got all your bits for cards. There's like a little bit of like wear and tear there. So obviously I've literally just got home and pulled this stuff out of the bag. So I need to go through and try and give it a little bit of a clean up before I list it and take photos. But you've got everything there for your cards and coins and stuff like that. So all up, this one cost me 40 NTD. So something like this. So 40 NTD, that's probably about, I don't know, $1.30 US, something like that, $1.25. So something like this, to like a serious collector, you probably sell that. Unfortunately, there's no tags there to tell me exactly how old it is, but something like that, you probably get maybe 10 or 15 bucks for. Probably, if you're prepared to hold out for it, or something like that, you probably maybe list for like $19.99, sort of a bit of a highball offer, and then just sort of like set, make an offer, and maybe someone will come in and like sort of 10 bucks, 15 bucks, something like that, and then because it's like really light, really small, so it'd be really cheap to ship, so you'd probably maybe throw like $4.99 shipping on it or something. So that's number one. So number two, got a bit of Snoopy today. This little guy, plush toys. What did he cost me? He cost me 20 NTD, so that's like 60 cents US. Something like that. Maybe, I don't know, $6 to $10. So all up, there's not a whole lot of margin in there, but you know what I mean. Like if you've got a bunch of stuff and you're moving it, then it all sort of adds up over the course of a week. Like a sale is a sale, especially when you're first starting out, guys. But the reason I grabbed this guy was because he's actually got like the legitimate Snoopy licensed tags, so he's actually part of the global Snoopy or Peanuts like branding franchise chain, so that's actually a legitimate one. So Minions, we all seen Despicable Me and Minions. Like they're like actually really collectible, believe it or not. I'm not sure exactly who this guy is, but he's like one of the ones that you either hang in the car or hang in the window or whatever. But this guy, there's no official tags on him. But this one I paid 20 NTD for. I checked comps on similar ones to these. I don't know how rare this guy is or whatever, but I didn't find this exact one. But similar ones are selling in the ballpark of 300 to 500 NTD. So we're talking like, 10 to probably 16, 17 bucks US. So, again, something like this, you'd probably go in and maybe a highball offer like, 18 bucks or something like that, $4.99 shipping, because again, it's a stuffed toy, it's very light, very simple to ship. You don't really have to put too much like heavy duty packaging on that. And yeah, just take the best offer on it, as long as it's not too much of a lowball offer. So next one is this guy here. He is very old and worn, as you can see. He feels like he's like a beanbag, like he's one of those old beanbag style ones. But again, I grabbed this guy because he's got the official like Mickey Mouse like tags and everything. He's actually called a Mickey beanbag. He's got like everything. He's got it all. So I couldn't find exact comps on this guy. I don't really know how old he is. I would say he's definitely a vintage. So something like this would possibly fetch, based on comps that I saw for similar items. So something like this could fetch up to 1,000 NTD. I'm not saying that will happen, but again, you'd go your $4.99 shipping, and this is maybe something you'd auction. But yeah, he cost me 40 NTD. So the other one I got was this one here, Mickey Mouse collector glass in the actual, official Disney box. And if you look up here, guys, it's got the actual Disney authentic seal on it. So that's the sort of stuff you really want to look for. If you can get that sort of stuff at like a garage sale or a thrift shop or secondhand shop at the right price, definitely jump on it. So this guy cost me 30 NTD, which is about $1. It's only a 2014 or a 2015, I think it is, but it's really good condition. So something like this, maybe get like 10 to 20 bucks for, give or take. So that's pretty good. Now, I got this one here again. As you can see, it's got the authentic like Disney tags and the Disney seals and everything on it. I actually had to ask the girl what this was. I had no idea, because it's like all felt on the outside and the inside. The girl told me that apparently it's like a pencil holder or something like that, or a drink holder. So I have absolutely no idea. I only paid 25 for it, so that's about probably 70 or 80 cents US. So, hey, if I can get like 10 or 15 bucks for it, I'll be happy. We'll see what happens. Put a little bit in there for shipping. But hey, happy days. It's Mickey Mouse all the way today. Now this one I grabbed, again, it's another Snoopy, but it's like a Santa Snoopy, obviously. He's got like the squeeze me foot and all that sort of stuff. I saw these in the West. I don't know how old this one is. It hasn't got any official tags or anything on it. No. But again, I had a look at similar comps. Some of these are going in the ballpark of like 1,000 NTD. I'm not saying I will get that for it, but 1,000 NTD, that's like about 30 something US. It's probably about 30, 32, 34 bucks US. I only paid, what did I pay for him? I paid 20, which is about 60 cents. So something like this, like obviously, I've got to go in, I've got to do a bit more research and see exactly what I can list this for. But again, he is a little bit old, a bit of an older one, so maybe this is something you could auction. However, just remember something like this, obviously, in places like Taiwan and Asia, this has no value because Christmas isn't a holiday here. So to these guys, it's just a toy. It's junk like everything else. However, in places like Europe, America, Australia, New Zealand, places like that, Christmas is a big deal for us. So worst case scenario, I could clean him up, or I could sit on him for a little while. And then, maybe in a couple months' time, closer to Christmas, I could look at listing him, and I'd probably get even more for him. But like I said, at the moment, there were ones listed and sold recently, similar ones for up to 1,000 NTD, but the general price range there was about 500 to 1,000 NTD. So pretty good find there. Now, the other one I got was these. So these are Hello Kitty stainless steel mugs. And they're obviously the original boxes. However, like the seals are actually broken and torn. So if you can get anything in an original box, it's as long as the box isn't too damaged, it's going to be worth a hell of a lot more for you. But these here, just selling the actual mugs themselves, and they've actually got the original little bags that they came in as well. But this is what they look like. So Hello Kitty, Hello Kitty. This one, unfortunately, I didn't realise it when I grabbed it. I don't think I actually pulled this one out of the box and had a real good look at it, but it's missing like the Sanrio tag and everything off the bottom there, whereas the other one still got it. So this is the type of thing, selling individually without a box, I think they were going for about 300 NTD, or similar items anyway. I didn't find these exact ones, but a similar item was selling for about 300 NTD. Now these ones here, so yeah, as you can see there, that one's got like the DC Comics and the Sanrio, 1976 to 2014. So that's got like the authentic seals and everything on the bottom. So something like this, selling, we'll assume that they sell for about 300 NTD each, which is about 10 bucks US. I've paid like $1 each. So you could probably maybe look at selling them as a set, because they've got the original boxes and the bags that they're packed in and all that sort of stuff. So you probably maybe look at selling them as a set for, maybe 20 bucks, and that way that'll offset the loss in value of the other one because it's missing the seal on the bottom. But then I also picked these up. These were only 10 bucks each. Now I know that Hello Kitty has a huge following. They are a little bit scuffy at the moment, so they need to get a bit of a clean up. But these little Hello Kitty tins, they used to be a chocolate tin for Choquito, which I believe is a big brand or a well-known brand here in Taiwan. I don't know how about the rest of the world. But these little tins here, so what I could do is clean these up and then group them with the two travel mugs, which would then, obviously add extra value. So obviously 30, 30, 10, 10, that's 80 NTD, which is about $2.50 US. So I could probably group a lot of them together and try and flip them to like a real keen investor, maybe $30, $35, something like that. I might be a little bit delusional there. But hey, at the end of the day, Hello Kitty has got a massive, massive following. When I put the Hello Kitty mugs up there about a week ago, literally they pretty much sold within a couple of days. So I'm going to run my luck with these. So now the absolute crown jewel of my haul today, which I was super, super stoked about, are these things here. So they are Hello Kitty and Dear Daniel wedding mugs. They are in absolutely perfect condition. This is the original box. and they are a 1999 set. So if you do the maths, guys, 1999 to 2019, that's 20 years. So they are officially vintage, and they are in perfect condition. The original box, obviously it's 20 years old, so it's a little bit ratty, but still, you know, you've got the whole set there. I couldn't find any direct comps for these. There are people selling brand new Hello Kitty glasses online, like wedding glasses or flutes, for I think it was like 1500 NTD, then there was 1200 NTD on top for shipping. I only paid $20 for these. They're vintage. Somebody has advised, somebody who's a bit more of an experienced eBayer than what I am, has advised that, you know, I charge sort of like, you know, anywhere from like 10 to 15 bucks for shipping, because obviously it's glass, you need to package it up right really, really solid, so it adds like extra weight and all that sort of stuff. And then they suggested that I auction them, and start the auction in the ballpark of about $25 to $30 US as a starting bid, and they've sort of assured me that I should not have any issues moving these at all. So all in all, guys, so like I said, $9, so maybe 10, you know, we'll say, I don't know, $5, $10, so what are we up to there? 25, you know, maybe 10 for Mickey, 35. This guy here, I have no idea. Like I said, he's old, so we'll go maybe 10 to 15 on him. So there's 45. You know, the tins and these guys, I'm not saying I'll get it, but we're hoping for 30. So there's 75. This guy here, like I said, they're selling for 500 to 1,000, so we'll say about 20 for that one. So that's like 95, maybe $10 for this, so that's about 105. And this bad boy here, like I said, 25, $30 starting bid and let it ride. So even if we get one bid, you know, that's $25, so that's like $130 there. I've only invested $9, and mind you, I'll be charging shipping on all these. So even at that, minus my eBay and PayPal fees, you know, I'm gonna make over $100 profit, easy. You know, for standing in a thrift shop for an hour and a half. So not a bad haul, guys, not a bad haul at all. So guys, if you're not doing it, if you're new to eBay, you're looking for things to source, especially if you're overseas, because this isn't a big thing here. Like, people are very, you know, iffy about buying secondhand goods in Taiwan. You know, because obviously, what if it belonged to somebody who's died and da-da-da, you know, they're very, very superstitious here, which is why this stuff is all dirt cheap. And then, like I said, like these little Christmas ones and whatnot, you know, Christmas doesn't mean anything here. It's valueless. So, but whereas in the West, it's worth a lot of money. So guys, get out there, hit those little secondhand stalls, you know, those used good dealers and stuff like that, you know, flea markets, etc., etc., etc. You never know. But like I said, look for big names, you know, Hello Kitty, Snoopy, Charlie Brown, you know, Disney, Mickey Mouse, you know, Minions, stuff like that, guys. So, apart from that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. You know, if you did, then smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. You know, give us your support so we can keep going and showing you guys, and so that we can all grow together. But apart from that, guys, I got to go and start cleaning this stuff up and get some of it listed. So apart from that, I hope you guys are all having a great day. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next video. Cheers, mates.